Okay, we're back. And I've decided that I am just going to ascend. Because I don't need to do another 15 rune run, really. So we're going to do depths. And then we're going to do Zot. And that'll be it. Honestly, I'm just not a huge fan of the whole stealth thing, the whole... well, I shouldn't say that I'm not a fan of the whole needle thing, because that's cool, but the more I think about it, the more I think it's just superfluous. I mean, with throwing, okay, fine, use needles, needles are cool, but stabbing on top of that, to me, feels like a waste of time, really. I mean, you're putting all these points into short blades and stealth, and I mean, do you really need that? I guess if you want to use sleeping needles, then fine, but it just doesn't seem ideal. I mean, here's your two scenarios. Like, assume take sleeping needles out of the equation. So you've got like confusion needles, you've got frenzy, you've got paralysis. If you're worshipping Ochre or Trog, you're gonna get some of those things, probably, right? So here's your two scenarios. You've got like a dagger and stealth, and you're able to get like big stabs on some paralyzed target or confused target, or you can just chuck some javelins right into the guy's face and enjoy winning without being attacked at the same time, just the same, and maybe have to throw a couple more things, or just use stones and still win. I mean, it just seems like a pointless, a pointless investment is what it feels like to me. Something that seems like it's good, and, actually is good, it works just fine, but is it optimal? Is it really any better than just going straight for throwing, and then, like, focusing on that, and then the experience that you would have put into, say, stealth and short blades, put that into some kind of spell casting, put that into defenses, put that into, like, fighting. That to me seems like the right choice. I mean, if you think I'm wrong, I mean, definitely give me your opinion, but just putting some thought into it definitely feels like that's the way to go. I'm generally not a big fan of hybridization in general, and by that I mean, like, well, usually when people talk about a hybrid, they're talking about, like, melee versus casting, and they'll hybridize there. But when I think of a hybrid, I think it's anything that mixes two different styles of play. So stealth and throwing, or like melee and throwing, melee and ranged in general, casting and ranged attacking, casting and melee attacking, just whatever. I'm not a huge fan of hybridization in this game. I think that you should focus for one thing that you're the bomb at, that you're like super good at, and then you have a couple other things that augment that and make that thing work better. Like, I'm casting, but I'm really just casting like things that let me move around a little bit, like passage, or things that let me throw stuff better, like portal projectile. Like, nothing I'm using is pure caster type stuff, because I didn't want to invest that much, Anyway, we got this ghost. This is the same guy that had that chaos ghost earlier. We've run into another of his ghosts, but this one's pretty easy. It's just melee. Of course, we can't needle him, and he's got too much MR for me to paralyze him with a wand. So why don't we just heroism? Queue up my javelins. Boom, boom, Looks like we've got it. Got him. I mean, as you can see, throwing is just... it's overpoweredly good, you know? There's no need to get into all this other stuff. Nice, one shot of the Lich. We don't have our Elec yet. Yeah, we don't, we're not walking around with our Elec. Legitimately makes me want to just get that short sword of our Elec. I'm not even kidding. Just to have it, and honestly, I might. Whoa, what happened here? Death Drake, huh? I ate a little bit of rot there. Slowing miasma's not good. But yeah, much as I don't want to walk around with a short sword at the end of the game, it's just really, it's a stat stick, you know? Because we've got a lot of javelins. Maybe not as many as I would like, but enough to finish out the game. We've got a ton of tomahawks as well. I can just kind of ruin my inventory to fill it up with garbage. Maybe rethink my ring situation. Pearl Dragon Zombie. That's not something you see every day. Sort of an odd depths floor here. Okay. So yeah, I'm prepared to say we probably made a mistake going short blades, but let's rectify it. Let's fix this right now. Don't care about stealth. I just want to maximize my ability to throw things, do a ton of damage. So I don't need these rings of stealth anymore. Let's look at rings. Probably gonna drop this dude here. We don't need that dex anymore. We're gonna put this guy back on. Yeah? Yeah, I think that's the way forward, because then we'll have an extra pip of RN and an extra RC plus for the purposes of the orb run. That'll make things a little less hectic if we run into a Glaciate Panlord or something like that. So we'll do that. Going back down into Vaults 5 real quick. Let me, yeah, what's going on here? There we go. Alright. Looks like we left a Shadow Dragon here. Okay. Alright, that's nice. 2 pips of everything. Now, while I'm here, pick up these silver javelins. Oh, hey. Some stuff we left behind on Vaults 5. Let's look at my inventory real quick. I don't want Ice Blast. I do want every last javelin. I want every last tomahawk, probably. We're gonna fill up the inventory. Any more throwing? Any more throwing in here? Nothing on Vaults 5. Alright, so let's see. I also want the Arlec short sword, just so I can walk around. And now my character is really, really, really defensive. I mean, I've got all the resistances I could ever want. That's nice to see. It's not necessary, but it's nice to see. Let's... Well, I may as well check out this blowgun, I guess. Didn't think it would be better than +10, but it is possible. Alright. Javelins. We'll go into the crypts and we'll get these silver tomahawks. We are going to use those if we run out of silver javelins. We'll use them on orbs of fire. Get some tomahawks from D13 here. Okay, pack is full. What can we get rid of? I realize this is looking pretty silly here, but I'm loading up. I'm loading up for Zot. Okay, well we can drop Potion of Invisibility because we have the cloak on. We'll grab the tomahawks here as well. I think I turned off tomahawks earlier. Huh, I didn't. I wonder why it doesn't want to pick them up. I guess because I probably dropped them earlier. Okay. That looks to be everything. Suppose I could get anti-magic as well for the orbs of fire, but really I think I'm just going to want to silver javelin and tomahawk them to death. These guys interrupt my auto travel, the indifferent jellies. Okay, back to depths. We're poisoning things because we have that barb on the tail now, so that's kind of neat. I think I'm gonna dive, honestly. Oh, Potion of Magic. I don't really think I'm ever gonna need a Potion of Magic, but I guess I could. Maybe. Let's drop this Wand of Paralysis. Anything that we really care about paralyzing. Other than like an undead like a zombie, we're going to be able to use needles against. On the other hand, I could get rid of these needles of sleeping now that I'm not optimized for stealth. I'm guessing that, oh well, I guess I can still get the stabs, so that's still an option. Okay. I'm going to drop these scrolls and remove curse. We have enough identify that I'll just identify anything I plan on putting on first or walk back to this spot. We have so many needles. It's getting to be kind of silly almost. Uh-oh, we're slow. How did I get slow? Ah, curare. You know, I don't think I've found any immolation scrolls. I guess I found one earlier, but like one in the whole game, so no guarantees that you'll get some of the more fun things in the game, you know? I'm using Viz. Actually, this is kind of annoying. Well, since I'm slow, why don't we go ahead and make everything else slow? Even the odds a bit. There we go. Man, curare really doesn't last very long against trolls. Maybe against anybody. It's good though. I mean, it's definitely a good, useful item while it lasts. Okay, some armor here. Nothing we need, just generic crap. I still want to dive, I'm just clearing some stuff out here. Oh wait, there was a... Oh, that's a hatch, never mind. We have 10 scrolls of magic mapping, so we have enough to map all the way down to Zot 5 already. Why don't we portal projectile these boggarts to death? Save me a little bit of trouble. Okay, time to bust out the javelins. Yeah, I was about to say, we are surrounded by these things. I mean, even with 41 AC, a Titan skeleton is gonna probably cause some problems, you know? Javelins of returning. I guess we're just gifted to us. We're pretty low on things to drop. Wow. There's like literally nothing that is worth dropping. That's interesting. Well, I think I'm going to drop the Needles of Sleeping. I mean, anything that we would like to sleep, we can do other things too. Hey, Obsidian Axe. Not something we're using today. Longbow. We're almost to 22 throwing, by the way, which is effectively maximum. We actually are there. I'm gonna go like slightly further than 22. I have a reason for this. It's because I want the title. Right now I've got the stealth title, which is totally aesthetic. I mean, it's not really doing anything for me. I guess I'll do slightly more damage when I'm not heroisming, so that'll be neat, but really I just want the character to have the throwing title for aesthetic purposes. There we go, the Hawkeye. Now we'll go into fighting, get that to at least 22. Fighting is the one skill affected by heroism that's actually worth taking above 22. Because at least then it gives you a little more hit points. I probably won't, though. I am a little surprised I didn't find any paralysis needles. Let's confuse this one. Well, let's open up with Curare. Now he's confused as well. Let's queue up Javelins of Returning and just go to town. This is why I don't need Needles of Sleeping. Because I can just do that. Scroll of Enchant Weapon. I'm going to turn Scrolls of Enchant Weapon off. What? What was I trying to pick up? Oh, I was trying to pick up the Ring of Fire. Alright, I'm doing a very bad job of diving. Let's just pull out of here. As soon as I clear out these dudes. Oh my god. More guys. More guys keep coming. Alright. I do want to check. Well, no, that's just going to be a Pandemonium or Hellgate, so I don't care about that. I would like to check and see what this hatch is real quick. This hatch is not as good as this downstairs. Although I'll probably take it on the way up. It's fine. Alright, so we'll go down here. Got a Stone Giant. We're gonna Magic Map. I see Boris there. Why don't we queue up some Javelins of Returning and see if we can't take him out. Easy enough, right? Okay, hold up. Let's go down here. Okay, that's the optimal gate. That's interesting. I'm gonna try something. Oh wait, never mind. I don't even have my... I was gonna frenzy that Etten and then go up and see if he was still frenzied when I came back down, but it's not really necessary. We have Arelect now, so Spark Wasps don't really scare me. Honestly, it's a rare treat to have a character that's this covered defensively. Although, if you're gonna have it, it's usually gonna be on an Oka character because of the gifts. But in this case, I don't think very many of my items are even gifts from Oka, or really any of them. Like the Stealth Barding is from Vashnia. Okawaru gifted me the Buckler of Fire, I guess. But yeah, nothing else. Surprisingly enough. Yeah, none of my other items are from Okawaru. Just one. I think. Yeah, even the jewelry. I don't even know if Okawaru can give you jewelry off the top of my head. Anyway, oh, friggin' Berserker. Just get him in the constrict. Or try to. He dies either way. Magic map. We'll take the most direct route. Surprisingly, Lamp of Fire doesn't make that much noise. You'd think it would. Final level, go for strength. I'm gonna portal projectile, queue up returning. We're gonna kill this lich. Oh, he survived quite a while. Oh, you know what? Since we're coming up on Zot soon, I gotta go grab this amulet because we are gonna swap to it. And we also want Vitality as a swap. Oh no, out of inventory space. Unfortunately, that is giving us 7 points of intelligence, which is a lot. We really only need to wear the minus Tela, like, on Za 5, and that's it. So. On the other hand, once I take off Faith, I'm probably not going to put it back on. What can we drop? Try not to take too long with this inventory management. Sometimes it's just hard, you know, to make the choice. Let's see what's Cause Fear at. 16%. I don't want to drop my Fear Scrolls. They're still superior to the spell. Literally all of this stuff is useful. Every last thing. Really useful, actually. Even magic potion on this character is useful. It's fine, I don't need vitality. I'll leave it behind. I'm not even carrying Phantom Mirror, even though I'd like to. Okay, magic map this. What's going on? I guess that this is probably... I don't know if I'm familiar with this. Am I familiar with this? Is this the... Oh, I know what this is. This is the one where... Yeah, it's based on energies, like... Or maybe it's based on the 4 hells. There's going to be a fire one, a cold one, an undead one, and a metal one. This floor kind of sucks. To the degree that I almost want to clear it. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna frenzy this guy with portal projectile. just gonna... What is happening? A lot of stuff just happened in the same round. Let's actually queue up returning. Some ring mail on the ground. Won't worry about that for now. Wait, what is happening? I really need to pay attention to what's queued here. Or possibly mark this as don't fire, because I was just throwing frenzy needles recklessly. Let's walk away a bit. I'm gonna queue up tomahawks. Stormcaller here. I'll frenzy him. I'm actually okay with him being hasted and mited here. I would rather that to him being able to smite me or upheaval me. Okay. Let's grab some of the meager loot in this room. I guess I'll go towards this direction. Since it's more likely this stuff is awake, I'll have to fight it anyway, you know? What was that? Utters an invocation to Kazlal, and then he summoned things somehow. I didn't see, like, wisps of shadow or whatever going around him like it was a scroll, so I don't know how that happened. Okay, well, he clearly summoned them, since when I killed him they went away. A bit odd there. Okay, fully healed. No spells that we need. This is interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this vault. Like, this is a floor-wide vault. I've definitely seen it before. But unless I'm remembering wrong, I feel like I've never seen it show up as Depths 5. And so I'm interested in the fact that this, like, purple fog is here. That's interesting to me. Kind of cool. Hey, a potion of haste. It's against my better judgment to leave this floor uncleared, but I'm gonna do it because I'd like to... I don't know, I'm just hungry to get this run over with. I'm uncomfortable playing a Naga, just because of how slow it is. I'd be having a little bit of a better time, I think, if I hadn't spread myself oddly thin with this short blade stealth thing. Not that I spent that much experience, but still. Anyway, this is up to 22. So, for the rest of the game, let's focus on purely on defenses. Unfortunately, we'll never have darkness up to cast ability. It's a really good ability, but then again, it's better if you're stabbing. Or if you're meleeing in general than for throwing. I'm gonna train some summonings too, just because I do have butterflies. Alright, as for this stuff, let's take this route down here. Here's a fun one. I can just portal projectile to these guys. Let's get this guy in a kill hole, or something close to it. Oh, you're right, these guys are made of electricity, so they're effectively incorporeal, meaning I cannot constrict them. He's surviving a lot of tomahawk attacks. There we go. Wow, we have 300 hit points. That's one thing in the Naga's favor. A lot of meat there. Okay, took us a moment to do that, but that's okay. Now we have several staircases to choose from. I'll magic map this out. I'm gonna quickly find out where this leads. Nice, a blink scroll. Not hugely useful at this point, but it's a free blink still. Okay, let's exclude that off. Head down, map again. This is not awful. Book of Air, I don't need any of that. I guess I'll memorize Swiftness. Although I'm probably not going to be casting it, I don't even have any brilliance in my inventory. nice, we're right next to a staircase. Something about this character just feels tedious, I think is why I wanted to get it over with. I'm not really sure what it is. I couldn't nail down exactly what it is. Maybe it's just that the inventory is so messy and it's making fights take a lot longer. I don't know. What I do know is it's time to take off faith. We lose a little bit of piety, that's fine. In reality, we don't really lose anything except for maybe some finesse uses, which I don't think we've used at all. We gain a pip of our cold. We lose some intelligence, which doesn't really nuke my casting ability at all, really. Maybe a tiny bit. And we gain minus Tela, which is, as I'm sure you know if you've watched me play this on any other Zot trip, something that I really like to have on Zot 5. And we lose a pip of MR, but we still have plenty. Okay. Let him frenzy. Have fun, dude. I really like using frenzied orb guardians to do my dirty work for me. Curare works on them, by the way. There's so much in the way of needles, we might as well use them, right? This floor we will go ahead and full clear. Oh, Zot Trap. Whoops. I didn't want to fight in range of the Zot Trap, but it looks like I don't really have a choice. We could take a lot of damage here. Yeah, we could take a lot of damage. I'm going to go ahead and haste. We have so many. Oh, man. Power Zot is invoked against you, and we get silenced. That's really bad. Let's think about this for a second. I want to frenzy one of these Orb Guardians and then walk away as it kills other things. We could essentially get two-shotted right now, or even one-shotted if we had some really bad luck. I'm getting hit by all this stuff, I guess. But it is the LCS that we're worried about. Well, I'm hasted. We're in a very bad way right now. I could use Sack, try to stab the Lich to death if it gets netted, but that's not really very reliable. Many of my options have been eliminated by this silence. I could just might and try to kill this stuff. I think I'm going to go with the Frenzy. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to Agility. We're going to Might. Okay, this Lich has got to die. I'm straight up going to lose if it doesn't die. No steel javelins. Steel tomahawks, which do less damage than a regular javelin. Okay, well, we're gonna try to javelin the Lich to death. I should have used heroism, but it's a little late now. Wow, I could be one-shot at any moment here. There we go. Yeah, so I should have opened up with heroism. That was a mistake. I'm gonna go ahead and use it now. Wait, I can't. You can't use invocations while you're silenced. I gotta kill this thing. Come on, I don't want to be next to a hasted minded orb guardian. There we go. Alright, we could have died there. Other than using heroism sooner, I'm not sure what could have happened. This is one of the reasons I hate Zot traps. We didn't really have an option on getting away from that stuff. One thing I could have done differently that would have been better, which I think would have improved significantly, probably used fog here, and then maybe I would have had a chance to take a step, and then the fog would have blocked loss from the, like it would have blocked line of sight from the Zot trap. But man, that was a rough situation, no matter how you slice it. Even if I certainly misplayed a little bit. I think the optimal move there would have been the fog trick for sure, but either way, it was a tough situation. You know, that was a rough one. It's not quite working. I'm gonna curare these guys. Okay. You know, I mean, I should be using heroism more. I guess I was waiting for an orb of fire, but any remotely non-trivial fight, you should probably use heroism on. That's just how good it is and how little piety it costs. A quick blade. +5 quick blade. I don't need that. Alright, here's a guy. I'll use finesse. I'll queue up silver javelins. And I'll take him out with lightning speed. Didn't even have to use might on that orb of fire. It's kind of cool. It's very swingy. Throwing is extremely swingy. Like I'll do nothing for several shots in a row, and then I'll like one-shot an orb guardian with a tomahawk, you know? Probably should have frenzied one of these guys, but that's fine. Nice, more penetration. Well, finesse. Queue up regular javelins. Take them out. One-shotted. Well, two-shotted. Cold resistance barding. Well, that would be cool, but honestly, I'd rather just have the AC from the stealth since I'm maxed out on RC anyway. Okay, we'll queue up sword javelins. We have heroism and finesse. We could use might as well. I don't think I need to. I'm gonna use silver tomahawks. Nice. No nasty mutations. I want to say again, these mutations are incredible. This is like the best mutation set I think I've ever had on a character to, you know, to keep it this long anyway, especially like really, really good stuff. Like MR++ and robust. It's more than most characters get, that's for sure. Heroism, finesse, javelins. I don't mess around with liches. Ancient liches. You shouldn't either. Looks like this will be clear soon. Cool. All right. Looks like this is it. This is going to be the Ascent. 6 teleportation. Okay, fine. I guess I have to go grab my remove curse real quick. Oh, there's one here, fine. I try on a blowgun. It's a -2 cursed. One's off 5. Alright. I think we're ready. Okay, that could have paralyzed me, so, or not paralyzed me, but mutated me. We'll just walk around this guy. He can't really hurt me, and he's going to stay square away from me anyway. This, on the other hand, is a problem. So much confusion, though. Can just confuse and jog on, you know. Panlord, warrior Panlord. Let's confuse him. There we go. Didn't quite. Ew, no. Wow, I should have excluded off. I messed up. Alright, that's fine. Let's undo this huge error. Oh, I can't tell. I can't blink. Whoops. Well, I could take that off. Remember, we're very slow. Okay, you feel a bit more experience. Cool. That stuff is all dying. Alright, let's stop being a dummy. Let's go to the staircase that we actually want to be on. Darn it. You're supposed to be dead. What am I doing? I'm just gonna dig around this thing that refuses to die. Nice. Yeah, so we're going to pretend all that didn't happen. That was a pretty bad play. I'm going to use Fear. Moth of Wrath will go away. I'll use some Tomahawks to kill this thing. Then we'll go up. Take the staircase we actually know. Do the smart move for once. Okay, we got some guys here, but I can just... man, I guess I'm gonna finish these guys off. Since they'll be chasing me the whole time. Yeah, Naga makes Orb Run interesting, because you kind of have to fight way more things than you would otherwise be fighting. This I'm gonna haste away from. Wait, what? Yes, actually, quaff it. Okay, I made some mistakes. Some mistakes were made. That was pretty bad, actually. Don't frenzy an Orb Guardian next to you. Why don't we Ambrosia real fast. Drink some heal wounds, drink some heal wounds, drink some curing. Really bad mistakes. Yeah, I don't know why I'm playing so poorly. I think I'm just moving too quickly. Alright, we're going to rest on this staircase. Okay, that thing spawned us, but we're pretty well healed up now. Let me just... Yeah, he didn't get cure. Alright, so I'm just going to move. Rest up again. Full hit points. Cool. Go back up. We've run into a Hellion. Let's finish him with a Javelin or two, or three, or four. Okay, we need to make it across this thing. I'll use Flight, so it's a nice straight shot. I'm gonna confuse this guy. Is a Panlord coming? He's not gonna get me. This is faster than me, like most things. I think we can afford to kill it real fast. What to use? Let's see if I can... Yep, Javelin of Returning. Does the job. I'll walk away from this thing. It really can't hurt me. We can outrun that. Oh, we don't actually have... Just realized I don't have Aralek on, so the 6 Furry can do a bit of damage to me while I'm wearing this blowgun. Okay, we're on level 1. Alright, so certain big mistakes made this run. Frenzying Orb Guardians near me, pretty stupid. Underusing consumables. If you're walking out of the dungeon with 7 potions of haste and this much might and agility, you may have made a mistake. This was all stuff I should have used way more often. I mean, it's not like I get... I mean, even if I cared about points, it's not like I get more points for having this in my inventory. It's pretty silly, so... That's a mistake. Sort of mishandled that situation with the first Panlord that we found, where I went up into an unexplored part of a Zot floor. I could have gotten tormented by a Cursed Toe. Thankfully, I did not. So a lot of really wacky mistakes at the end there, a few misplays. But it doesn't haunt us. We, in fact, get the win. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of happy this character is done with. Yeah, something about Nagas, it's just that they're slow, I guess. Slow movement really is like it's a different game. Being forced to essentially worship Chabriatos without the benefits of Chabriatos is not a fun time, in my opinion. Even if Constrict gives you some interesting options, it's just not quite what I had in mind. But anyway, I'll do another Berserker next. I plan on, like I said, I'm going to do a series of all the Berserkers, or at least most of them. And that'll sort of hopefully help out newer players who gravitate towards that class, and it'll also be a convenient, simple way for me to extend a streak. Next time, I'll probably do that Octopode Berserker I've been talking about. But I may do a race. I may do a race that I haven't done yet, like maybe an Ogre, or something like that. But until then, I am signing out. Hope you guys enjoyed.